Hello Scorpio and welcome to my channel. My name is Gaian from Wild Fox Alchemy and I'm here to do your business and finance reading for July 2021. If you've been to my channel before, you will notice there are some changes. I've decided to change how I video what I'm doing and the layout of the cards. I decided that I would save a lot of time by pre-shuffling the cards and getting them out. So that you don't have to sit and watch me for half an hour shuffling the cards, because you're a busy person. You don't need to be wasting time watching me shuffle all day. I've also taken out the background music that I was using, because although I found it really calming and really good to help me connect with spirit, I did think it might be a bit distracting. So if it was distracting, please just let me know in the comments what you think, whether this is a better layout or not. This is a very baby channel and I'm only just learning. So I appreciate any sort of constructive feedback. So let me know in the comments, but be kind because I'm a sensitive soul. Right, so let's get on with this reading. Let's find out what July 2021 has in store for you, Scorpio. I'm going to start the reading with the Work Your Light card from Rebecca Campbell. Whoa, we've got some storm clouds here and some lightning, and we've got the answer no. Wait, postpone, pause and say no. Strong message there for the overall energy of the month. We've got a spirit animal card, which is groundhog spirit, which is time to let go. Wow, this is feeling like there's something big going on here, Scorpio, that it's time for you to let go of. We've got in your present the Page of Feathers, exploration and discovery. What's coming in for you here now? This is somebody who is about communication, about a new way of doing things, maybe even about speaking gigs. Let's see. Your obstacle is the Four of Acorns, comfort and community. This card can be about prosperity, achievements, coming home after exploration, but that's crossing you, so I'll find out why that's crossing you a bit later. What are you unconsciously focusing on? The Two of Shells, unity, harmony, partnership, seeing eye to eye, emotional connections with people. What's gone on in your distant past and that might need healing? The Ten of Acorns, responsibility, dedication, determination, maybe doing too much, being burdened, feeling like you've got duties to perform. In your recent past, the last 3 to 6 months, we have the card 20 from the Major Arcana, which is awakening. It's also the same as the Judgment card in other decks. This is about renewal, evaluation, healing, assessment, maybe starting with a new purpose. What are you consciously focusing on? The Eight of Feathers. Courage and solutions. This is about limiting beliefs, feeling a bit blindfolded, a bit of mental anguish and maybe lacking some choices. Ooh. What's in your near future? This is looking better. The King of Acorns. He is cracking. He's one of my favourite cards when it comes to business. He is all about innovation, optimism, entrepreneurial spirit. He's a visionary, he's charismatic, he's very entrepreneurial. So either he's coming in to help you, or this is how you are going to be going forward. Your external surroundings, your environment, we've got the Magician, willpower and creation. He is all about being resourceful. He's about creating new things, manifesting things and taking inspired action. He's also about things maybe not always being as they seem. We'll clarify some of these once we've turned them all over. In your hopes and fears, we've got the King of Shells. He is about controlling emotions. He is about constructive energy. He's about harmony and integrity. So we'll see where he fits in this reading. And then finally, your outcome is the Seven of Acorns, determination and stamina. This is a funny card because it's about determination and stamina, but it can also be about having to fight for what you believe in. That people may be challenging you and you may have to stand up for what you want. This feels quite a deep reading, Scorpio. And I don't want you to feel sort of downhearted looking at some of this, because it does feel like we've got some quite deep cards and a lot of deep stuff going on. But the thing I always think is, if we know about it, we can deal with it. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. So let's see what's going on with you, Scorpio. We'll start with this No card from Rebecca. And Rebecca says things so beautifully that I'm just going to read what she says. You are being called to either pause or say no. Saying yes to something that isn't in alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for a congruent, aligned 100% yes. Often when we are looking for guidance to make a decision, it can be frustrating not to move into clear and considered action. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually guidance in itself. We all go through times known as waiting periods. These times are crucial for our body to regenerate, a new path to formulate, and the universe to begin creating things on our behalf. You do not need to be ploughing forward all the time to move forward. A potent, congruent yes when the time is right will put you ahead leaps and bounds. Do not force things now just because it seems like the only option. Take a breather and wait. The waiting is actually very productive, for when the time for movement comes, you will be ready to dive right in. Use this time to regenerate and ponder what you truly want. Consider the options. If the options are not clear, don't fear, because this time is a gift. Use it to tend to your garden and take a rest. To take a moment from your busy life to clear the decks and prepare for the time in the future. For come spring, clarity will bloom and you will have the reserves, space and drive to say yes and act and move quickly. That is what we have for the overarching message, the energy of this July month. This is not the only reading that I've done this month where it's all been about change and transformation. I did a reading for Sagittarius, who were also being told to enjoy the in-between time between what they have now and where they're going to actually use that time to create something spectacular. This is quite... It's hard, isn't it, when you're in business to kind of stay still. Nobody really wants to stay still. They want to move forward. I think as well, if financially you're struggling a little, it can be hard to sit and wait. You know, it's all right, you know, us saying, sit and wait for a bit and the right decision, the right choice will come to you. But if you're struggling for money, you can tend to rush into things thinking it's the next great idea. And oftentimes it's not, and something else will come up down the line that is better. It's better to be calm and collected and think about things rather than to just rush straight in. We've also got Groundhog Spirit. And I feel like he's almost like the death card, in that it's time to let go. The message here is that there is something going on here in your business that is no longer serving you. And you are being told now that it's time for some change. Things have got to change. They can't stay the way that they are. Either whatever you're doing is not in alignment with who you are, or your business just hasn't maybe survived the pandemic very well. Maybe there's something that you keep hanging on to, that you keep clinging to, that you think is going to work and it is not working. Your clients don't want it. Your customers don't want it. And you're going to have to look now at what you can create that they will say yes to. What opportunities do you have? It's time for you to just reevaluate everything now. Scorpio is what we're being told here. It's time for you to reevaluate and to go with your gut when it comes to decision making. When we create a business, like it or not, we become emotionally involved, and I think it's probably a girl thing that, you know, men can just create a business and it doesn't mean the same to them. I think for men it represents other things about their power and, you know, virility and all this, whereas I think women tend to create something that matters to them. And therefore, when we start thinking about letting go of things, it can be emotionally quite difficult to do. I've experienced that myself, where I've created things and then I've known that it wasn't the right thing for me and I've had to let it go, but it's still been a wrench. And I feel like this is going to be a little bit of a difficult month for you to let go of this stuff, but it will allow you to let new things in. But this card is saying just be careful about what you let in. Make sure that you it's the pausing. Spirit is telling me that it's the pausing that is the most important thing. You need to stop and take a breath, Scorpio, because you've been running on ahead, you've taken a lot on, you've not had time to think. And, you know, this guy, he sees his own shadow and retreats into his den. This is telling you to take a breath now. It's holiday month. Maybe you're lucky enough to be able to get away for a holiday. Or you've got, you know, you can take some time off work. And I think that would be really, really important for you right now, Scorpio. I feel like this break would be good for you. I think you'll come back more energized and more able to make better decisions and to know which decisions feel right and which don't. So in your present, we've got the Page of Feathers, and he's about exploration and discovery. So I feel that this is, again, it's talking to you about finding a new way of doing things. You need to look for a new way of doing things, and that will help you to move forward. It will help you to let go. Finding something new that's more exciting, that's more interesting to you, that is more in alignment with who you are, I think will help you to fly. Your obstacle here is this Four of Acorns, comfort and community. He's about coming home to yourself after this exploration. Why he's an obstacle, I'm not entirely sure, because he fits really nicely with this Page of Feathers, who's on about, you know, going out and exploring things, trying to figure out where to go from here, and yet he's sitting there and he just, I don't know why he's there. So I think what we'll do is we'll clarify and see if I can get more information on this Four of Acorns and why he's a block for you. He is about prosperity and making achievements, and it could be something as simple as you feeling like if you give up on something that you are wasting your achievements. It could be that you feel like you don't have time to have comfort and community. I've got two cards here that came out on that one. Right, okay. We'll start with this Nine of Wands here, and you can see there's this guy, he's got his stick. There's all these other ones in his way a little bit. This is about you being close to the finish line, but feeling challenged somehow. Perhaps you have been exploring where you want to go from here, but you feel like you're wary, you're a bit paranoid. Something's happened to you before that's made you feel like you're blocked on this one, that maybe you can't move forward with what it is that you've come up with these ideas for. With this Six of Cups as well, this is about cooperation. It's about memories, childhood memories, and working well together with somebody. There's something going on here, and I'm still not sure what it is. You've worked well with someone before, or emotionally you would like to work well with somebody. But you've got some memories, there's some memories going on here of something that's happened to you before, maybe where you've been challenged with something. But the message there is to not give up. I'm going to go again, because I don't really understand this Six of Cups, where that fits. Whoa, and I've got another two. I think this this needs a bit of explanation, this one. So we start with these ones where there's challenge, where you've perhaps been feeling a little bit sorry for yourself. But then you're thinking back to childhood memories, maybe there's some nostalgia, maybe that's blocking you as well. We then come to the Knight of Wands, and he is all about charm, moving forward, making you feel good about yourself. So are we harking back to a time when nostalgically you felt good, and so you don't really want to let it go? But then we've got the Wheel of Fortune, the turning point. You definitely need to let go. I've got the message for you now, why this Four of Acorns is here. I always make such a mess with these cards. Why this Four of Acorns is here. Your previous comfort and prosperity is what is blocking you, that you created something, you were very close to the finishing line, You feel like you've been challenged. You're a little bit wary to carry on. You really want some of this cooperation. You're thinking back to your childhood with nostalgia. Now, I'm saying childhood, it could just be a few years ago. With nostalgia for what you've had previously. The comfort side of this is that you don't want to let go because you're comfortable with what you've been doing. It's made you feel happy. It's made you feel, you've got these great memories of fulfilling these things, of you felt good. You took a lot of action. You had a lot of drive around these previous ideas, and you felt really good about them. So the last thing you want to do is actually let go of them. You feel like you're very close. That's it. You feel comfortable with what you're doing. You feel like you're so close to a finishing line here, to success, to abundance, to everything that you want. You have great memories of this business. You don't really want to let go of them. You felt really good about everything, but you've hit a turning point, that whatever's happening is not as successful as perhaps you think it is, that it's not as suitable for you now as it was in the past. So I'm going to look at this Ten of Acorns, which is in your distant past, and see if we can make a little bit more sense out of how this is affecting your present. And this is about responsibility and dedication. It's about doing too much. It's about overloading yourself. It's about carrying a lot of burdens. And I wonder actually if that's what the problem is here. You have this nostalgia, this great feeling about what you've been doing. You've loved what you've been doing, but it's too much. It's starting to get to a point where you are being expected to do too much. The burden is starting to get too great, and that is why we need to let go. You need to streamline things so that your business is easier for you. And it could be that there's some stuff that is just not worth your effort. It's, you're putting everything into it, but you're not actually getting what you need in return. You're not getting the value. I've just realised I've skipped the root of the problem, the Two of Shells. This is about emotional connection. And I feel like it links to that Six of Cups, really, with the cooperation, the memories, the childhood working well together. I think perhaps you're pondering whether you need to bring somebody else in to your business to help you carry the load. You'd really love somebody to support you and help you move forward, because in the past you've had this heavy load. You've taken on too much responsibility. You're carrying a burden, and you're almost in danger, I think, of burning out. Which actually, what caught my eye here was this Judgment card with the word enlightenment on it. And I feel like it's saying, I know enlightenment doesn't really mean making things lighter physically, but that's what I'm being told is what is needing to go on, that you need to lighten the load. And this is what's been going on in your last sort of 3 to 6 months. You're looking at lightening the load, about healing yourself, about evaluating what is going on here and going through a process of renewal. And part of that, I feel, is you're looking to see whether you can bring somebody else in to help you to do this stuff. Which brings me back to this Six of Cups here, where they're working in harmony together to move forward. And I think that's that kind of, yeah, I think you need help. So you're looking at maybe hiring a VA, or getting somebody to help you with this, to lighten the load a little bit. You've got a lot of decisions to make. Your conscious focus is the Eight of Feathers. And this can be about limiting beliefs and solutions, courage, mental anguish, and feeling like you're lacking choices. But what I think you need to look at is recognizing opportunities as they come, and I think that might be really what you're trying to do consciously, which links back to this again, that you feel like you're lacking some choices and you're trying to recognize new opportunities, but Spirit is telling you not to jump in. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread, is what I've just been told. Don't be rushing with these opportunities that you're seeing, these solutions, because this one and only solution that you think you can see might not be the answer. I think what I might do is clarify this Two of Shells for you, because I feel like there's a lot of focus on getting help in and seeing eye to eye with somebody, but I think there's also a little bit of fear of doing that. A little bit of worry about whether that's the right thing to do. And with this card saying about waiting and postponing, if the decision that you're thinking of making is to hire somebody, maybe the person that you're looking at isn't the right person. Maybe somebody better is going to come along for you that will be more in balance and harmony with what it is you're doing. Because there's nothing worse than hiring somebody who doesn't value your business the way you value your business. Yeah. I've got the Hanged Man, or the Hanged One in this deck. This is all about taking time, taking a step back, pausing, letting go, getting a new perspective. So I think that this is the guidance you're being given here. I think you feel like in order to balance the burden, you need to lighten your load. And by lightening your load, you want to bring somebody into your business. But the overall message here is to take your time. I have millions of horror stories I could tell you about members of staff, managers, partners even, coming into a business and completely ruining it. In some cases it can work really well, but in a lot of cases it doesn't. And my advice to you, what I'm being told to tell you right now, is to hire somebody. Do not bring a partner in. Hire somebody, but really take your time over who you hire and make sure they're the right person, because anybody can say anything in an interview and you might feel like you gel, but maybe actually you don't, and you need to wait, because the right person will come in. You've got this Knight of Wands here. The right person is coming, somebody who's going to make you feel good, somebody who's going to be full of action and drive and charisma, somebody that's going to make your business move forward. But I don't think that you should bring them in as a partner. I think you should bring them in as an employee. Your near future, we've got this King of Acorns, and he is all about optimism, innovation. He brings people together. He's a leader. He's entrepreneurial. He's a visionary. He's also very charismatic. Now, that could be the person that you bring in to lighten the load, but I actually think it's you. I think it's you, Scorpio. I think you're the one that has all these qualities, and I just don't think that you recognise it. And I wonder actually if you've lost a bit of this charisma and leadership quality because of the burden that you've been carrying. Maybe you're a bit burnt out and tired, and that has led you to not really feel yourself. But by letting go of some of these things that no longer serve you, you'll get your energy back, and I feel like you will return to being the optimistic person that's innovative, visionary, very charismatic and sexy that you really are. Because let's face it, Scorpios are sexy, aren't they? Your external environment, we've got the Magician, willpower and creation. I love the Magician card. He is all about manifesting stuff and taking inspired action, and I feel like all around you is quite positive. That sometimes it's about things not always being as they seem. And again, I just want to give you that warning that sometimes things aren't always as they seem. That, by waiting, taking some time, pausing, things will become clear for you. You will discover what is true and what is not. Your hopes and fears are the King of Shells. This is all about your emotions and creativity and your intuition, your relationships. The King of Cups controls your emotions. I'm going to just clarify that one as well. Why is the King of Shells a hope or a fear? Oh, that came out quickly. And straight away I got the Fool. There's a lot of major arcana going on in this reading, Scorpio, but then a lot of readings this month have been like this. There's so much transformation and change, and people kind of being brought home to who they really are, being in integrity, and you know, this enlightenment. It's definitely a theme for this month for pretty much every sign. So yeah, we've got the Fool here in your hopes and fears, and I think you're hoping that you're going to get this fresh start, that you're going to be able to control your emotions around stuff, that you're going to have this constructive energy to move forward after feeling quite burnt out, I think, with the load that you've been carrying. But there is a new opportunity coming in. It's what you want. You want a new adventure, you want a new start. But in order to have this new start, you have to let go of some of this old stuff, Scorpio. I think that's the key to everything. So then we get to the Seven of Acorns, which is your outcome, if you follow the energies in this reading, and that is you having to fight for what you've got. Maybe a bit of tall poppy syndrome, people seeing your success and challenging it a bit, and you're going to have to fight for what it is you believe in. This I feel, I don't know, it's a very complex kind of reading, this one, and I don't want to leave it with you thinking that you've got a fight on your hands for this new adventure, even though you probably do. But I feel like if you stand for what you believe in, if you stand up for everything that you believe in, you're going to get what you want. You're going to get this success. I think this is a time of upheaval and change. And just as I said that, I thought I'd clarify it with the Wildwood Tarot. And we've got the Eight of Vessels. And you see the word at the bottom there? Which is rebirth. It's rebirth. I think this is about you moving away from the things that no longer serve you. I think sometimes you feel maybe forced to stand up for what it is you believe in and be strong about it. But I think it's going to lead to really good things. I think there is a new adventure coming for you once you let go of this old stuff that's not serving. I think you need to reevaluate everything in your business. What's working, what's not working, what products and services are working, what is not working, how could they all be improved, how could you ditch some of the stuff that is burdensome to you. So if there's a course that you're running, or you know, something like that where you feel like you're putting all the hard work in and not getting the rewards, can you get rid of it? Or can you streamline it to such an extent that it doesn't need as much of your personal input as it has been doing? Is there some way of you creating passive income instead of selling your time for money? Is that something that you could consider? But it's definitely time to let go of whatever this previous business model is. It's a big deal, and a lot of good stuff awaits you if you do this. If you don't, I think you're going to continue to feel stuck. But I think you need to say no, you need to set some boundaries, and you need to do a lot of waiting. There's a lot of patience required in this reading. Just take a step back, have a holiday, give yourself some time to think. And then I think the decisions will become obvious to you, which way you need to go. Somebody will swan into your life and you will think, well, they're the exactly right person for what I want. And the previous people clearly were not the right people. So just don't be too quick to rush into decision making. Well, I hope that made sense to you. I hope that resonates with you, Scorpio. If it does, please leave me a comment below and let me know what's going on. I'd love to know what's going on in your business and if I can be of any help to you. If you'd like a private reading, they're open. If you'd like to go to the Wild Fox Vault, that is free for you to get some resources on your business. I'm adding things to that all the time, so watch and wait and watch and wait and see what comes up. And so I'm going to leave it there. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It's a baby channel. It's free for you, but it would just do wonders for me, and I really, really would appreciate it. This is Maria Gaian signing out, and I'll see you next time, Scorpio. Have a great month.